Allah commands the angels to bow down to Adam, which is shirk. Why? Because Allah is unjust. He is in the habit of punishing people for things He never commanded them to do. Does God lie?
God does not lie.
Did Allah make everyone believe that Jesus Christ was crucified even though He wasn't crucified?
He made it look like it, yeah.
If you knew that someone lied, would you entrust your soul to them?
No.
Then why are you still a Muslim?
Trying to be on camera. This is a quick question. Basically, you just mentioned the Hebrews, and then you was telling him that the angels have asked, God has asked the angels to bow down to Jesus.
He commands them, yes.
He commands them. But that's what I'm saying. Where does that verse come from? How did it come about? Who laid it out? That's why I'm kind of confused about.
It's from the Old Testament.
Well, we said Hebrews, right?
Yeah,
Was it the book of Hebrews. You mentioned
it's the letter of Hebrews, and it's a quotation from the Old Testament.
But how did that verse come about? Like who like you know, like for example, I'm a Muslim, right? So the Quran we know it's been laid through by Prophet Muhammad. So how did that verse come about? Because if we believe in Jesus, we believe the angels bow down to Adam, but you're saying that angels are bowing down to Jesus. So
correct.
So how?
Do you agree that bowing down is an act of worship?
It is an act of worship. Yeah.
Right. So is it appropriate that Allah should command people to worship created things?
Not really. I mean,
so why is it in your Quran?
In the heavens, because God was just as a form of like
That's shirk.
reverence.
Yeah. If a government said to you, bow down to that man there,
no,
would you do it?
No, I'm not going to bow down to any man.
Why not?
Not to any person, not to any creation.
Why not?
Why not? Because God commanded me just bow down to Him because He's the Almighty.
Shouldn't God's laws be consistent? If He says, this is the confusion in the Quran, because in the Quran it says that shirk is to treat anything that is created as if it was Allah, and to bow down in worship to Allah should not be done to anyone else. But then Allah commands the angels, not Iblis, the angels to bow down to Adam, which is shirk. Why is Allah doing shirk?
So this is one thing I wasn't, when I read the thing in verse 10, I was sure if God really commanded, but He did command the angels to bow down to Adam. But then I asked a few people, like, what's going on here? That's sort of.
It is
shirk. They said it's just a reverence to show that God's power, that, you know, He created Adam there, the first human, so the angels have to follow God's command. Whereas Iblis said, like, no, I'm made from fire, I'm better than
Hold on one second, that's a separate thing, because God commanded the angels, He didn't command the jinn.
But the jinn was part of the angels.
God's command.
The fallen angel, isn't it?
No, one second. God in the Quran commands the angels and then punishes a jinn. That's unjust.
No. God punished the person that
What's your name?
Ilyas.
Let's try to have a calm conversation. So let's agree. I'm going to make one point, let you reply, then you make one point, and then I reply. Let's go backwards and forwards like that. So here's my point. You're listening? This is my point. It is unjust to give one group of people a command, but then punish a group of people for not obeying the command that you gave to a different group. Let me finish. Allah commands the angels to bow down to Adam, but He punishes a jinn who is not an angel for doing what He commanded the angels to do. That is unjust. That's my point. Reply to that point, then make your own point, and I'll reply to that.
So, but my belief, I don't know if that was actually a jinn, but what I believe, and I have to just double check on that, but I believe that the Iblis was one of the angels, one of the basically one of the most angel, like closest to God as well. So he was an angel, he's not a jinn. So when he refused to bow down to Adam, that's when he was I know I sound a bit confused because if this is made out of fire, the angel made out of light.
And he literally
commanded everyone to bow down to Adam then.
But He didn't. Right, so let me...
God commanded all the people around, He would command everyone to bow down to Adam.
Do you want to make a separate point in addition to your reply to my point, just to be fair? Because I've made a point, you replied...
God asked one group to bow down, not the other. But what I'm saying is that He asked the assembly of angels.
Right.
That would include
Okay, let me reply.
He actually commanded Iblis, jinn himself.
Let me
to
reply.
bow down to Adam as well.
There's a number of problems with this story, right? This is one point, but I'm gonna break it up into 3 parts. Problem number 1 is that Allah commands shirk. He commands angels to bow down to his image. Because I don't know if you know in the hadiths, but the hadith says that Adam is made in the image of Allah. That's why it is haram to punch a Muslim face, because the face has the image of Allah. It's in your hadiths, it's in your fiqh. Now,
not just a Muslim.
second.
Of God's creation.
Second. So that's the first problem. Allah's doing shirk. Second problem. Allah's doing injustice. Because Allah punishes Iblis, who is a jinn made of fire, for a command that he gave to the angels, which is made of light. No, it does not say that. It does not. It does not say that. It does not say that. No, one second. If you're going to interrupt me, I'll start interrupting you. The whole conversation breaks down. The third point, the third problem, is the synoptic problems in this story. This story about Iblis and Allah and the angels is recorded, I think, off the top of my head, about 7 different times in the Quran.
How about the Bible?
If you write those accounts side by side in parallel, they don't agree. They differ on the details. So which version of the story is true? Answer those 3 points, and then I've got an additional point to say.
I'm not a scholar, by the way, but what I'm saying is that, as far as I know, he commanded the group of an assembly.
Show me.
Including.
Show me.
So why would Iblis refuse to bow down if he wasn't commanded to bow down?
Right.
You wouldn't have even the choice to
So you've asked a question. Let me answer.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why Iblis does not bow down. Is because he wasn't commanded to.
Of course
he points out, look, you've made me from fire. In other words, he's saying, I am a jinn. That's made of clay. He's less than me. I'm a jinn. I'm not one of the angels that are made from light. The reason why he refuses is because he was never commanded to, and that's why Allah is unjust to punish him for something that he did not command. Show me in the Quran.
Why would God punish
Show me in the Quran.
Why would God punish you if you have not followed his command?
Right, I'll tell you why.
Iblis, if he wasn't commanded, he wouldn't even have the right to even refuse. So that it shows that he was commanded.
Does not show that.
It shows because it's saying that it's well known.
Does not show that.
It's a consensus that he refused to bow down. I don't know what does it say in your Christian Bible. The story is in there. I'm
right.
sure.
One
Is
second.
it in there?
So I'll answer that question, and then I'll make another point. So the story that you're referring to appears in the Gospel of Adam. The Gospel of Adam is not a Christian book. It is a pre-Islamic, post-Christian book that was written somewhere between the 2nd and the 6th century. Muhammad heard a story that he didn't understand, and he copied it into the Quran. And he didn't remember the story, because then he gives the story again and again and again, and he doesn't say the same story in the same way. We know where the story comes from. It does not come from the Bible. It comes after the Bible was founded and before Islam was founded. You can get a copy of it. You can read it yourself, and you can see that Muhammad is copying a story from someone else. But here's another point. Here's another point, right? Allah, right, is giving a clear command to angels, right? Nothing in the story says that Iblis was in the assembly of the angels that were commanded. I'll give you an example. Where in the hadiths or the Quran is there an explicit command to Christians that we should be respectful of Muhammad? Where? It doesn't exist. Show it to me. If it exists, show me where it exists. But yet Muslims punish us for something that Allah never commanded us to do. Why? Because Allah is unjust. He is in the habit of punishing people for things He never commanded them to do. If I'm wrong, show me. Show me where Allah commands Shaitan to bow to Adam. Show me where Allah commands Christians to be respectful of Muhammad. Show me.
So you're saying pre-Islam there was no text asking angels to bow down to...
No, I'm saying there was a
pre-Christianity, there was no...
No, post-Christianity.
You're telling me this came about post-Christianity?
Yes.
Bowing down to Allah
Yes.
From
Yes.
God's command?
Yes.
I'll have to do
Yes.
that one.
Yes. It's in the Gospel of Adam and Eve. It's a fake Gnostic gospel. It's a fake gospel rejected by Christians, and Muhammad, who didn't know any better, incorporated that story into the Quran. In other words, it was a forgery. Muhammad was taking words that other people knew about, putting it in the Quran and saying it was from Allah. That's fake, that's false, that's forgery, that's your Quran.
I'm having some research on that one anyways. I mean, I don't have any knowledge on that pre-Christianity about this whole story. But you mentioned, back to my original question, you mentioned that you said that the God has asked the angels to bow down to Jesus in Hebrews. How did that come about?
Right. So, what happens in Hebrews is after the resurrection, when Christ has ascended into heaven, having accomplished all that God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit have desired the Son incarnate to do, He is taken up to heaven and His humanity is deified. And the angels bow down and worship Him at the command of the Father. It's prophesied in the Old Testament. It's prophesied in the Old Testament.
You said the Hebrews, right?
It's in the book of Hebrews. I'll show it to you.
And when was the book of the Hebrews? I don't know much about it, but apparently, as far as I know, there was no author of the book of Hebrews.
No, of course. Right.
Who's the author?
Right, 1 second. Let's just be careful in our language.
All right.
Clearly there has to be an author because it's written.
Who wrote it?
Right.
Where did it come about? Who made that statement?
So,
it's not from a prophet. It's not from Jesus himself, is it? Jesus not asking people to bow down to him, and he's not saying to people, look, God has commanded you to bow down to me.
Right, so for Christians...
That's not Jesus saying it.
1 second, 1 second. For Christians, that logic does not apply. That is not a logic we believe in. We don't believe that Jesus has to say it, otherwise we don't do it. That's just not...
Follow Jesus, what he said.
Brother, no. That is not the Christian faith. I am not inviting you to accept a Muslim characterization of Christianity. I am inviting you to accept real Christianity, and real Christianity believes in the apostles and their teachings about Jesus.
So the book
Hebrews...
was written after Jesus or before Jesus?
Yes, it was written after Jesus. Was the Quran written before Jesus or after Jesus?
After Jesus.
There we go. Right. So,
there's no problem with it, but I'm saying
there's no problem with Hebrews then.
Yeah, but Hebrews is a command from Jesus. No, who made that command? Who made that statement?
Are the commands in the Quran from Jesus?
No.
There we go then. So there's no problem with Hebrews then. What?
Hebrew. The command of the Quran came from Gabriel to Muhammad.
Prove it.
It's
Prove
it.
You
have to check your history. It's
no.
Consensus.
No.
Muhammad was
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Muhammad was in the cave.
That's not how history is done. That is not how history is done.
Is it evidence today? You can see the
no,
evidence
where?
of history.
Show it to me. Show it. That's not evidence of history.
The evidence.
That's not evidence. The Quran does not evidence that.
It's the book that's been preserved.
The Quran does not evidence that.
But
and which Quran is preserved? The Hafs, the Warsh, the Duri, which Quran? Which Quran is preserved?
It's all the same.
Are they the same? Including their different words? Are they all the same, including their different words?
All the same.
Are you sure?
It's only different accents, all it is.
No, that's a lie. That's a lie. You've been lied to.
I'm not being lied to.
You have been lied to.
But my question is...
You've been lied to. Which Quran has been preserved? The Hafs, the Warsh, the Duri, which Quran?
That's the only one Quran we follow.
Which Quran are you talking about? Which one?
The ones that have been printed.
Is it the Hafs?
It's the main.
Is it the Warsh?
The main,
Is it the Dori?
the Hafs, I'll call it the Hafs.
Ah, the Hafs. Okay.
The main
So
green
what about the
one.
wash then?
That's from Morocco, but it's still the same
From
Quran.
Morocco. Thank you. There are two Qurans after all.
It's the same Quran.
You see, he knew all along. He knew all along.
Two Qurans has been preserved.
So what's the
Anyways,
Hafs then?
But anyways, we're saying that this is a command that came from Gabriel to Muhammad.
Prove it.
And Muhammad
Prove
laid it to the
it.
earth.
That's a claim.
It's
Prove
written,
it.
Written.
So
How many
what?
prove it?
Hebrews is written. Do you believe in Hebrews?
That's what I'm saying. But Hebrews, who commanded from which statement, whose mouth did it come out of?
Right.
The Quran came from Muhammad's mouth, recorded, written.
No,
confirmed.
hold on one
But
second.
Hebrews, it
Hold on
didn't
one
come
second.
From Jesus' mouth.
You
Whose
have
mouth?
no. Listen. You have made the claim that it was the angel Gabriel that spoke to Muhammad.
That's the belief. Yeah.
I will put it to you that it was a demon that spoke to Muhammad. It was an angel, but it was a fallen, demonic,
What is a
lying
demon to you?
angel.
What does the demon mean?
Literally just described it to you.
Yeah, but what does demon mean?
I
An angel and a
literally,
demon. What's a
I
demon?
literally
How
just,
different is an angel?
I literally
just
just
saying-
described it to you.
No.
You're not listening, are
I
you?
am listening. Hold up,
You're
hold
not
up,
listening.
hold up.
I'll say it again. Muhammad did encounter an angel, a fallen angel, a lying angel, a demon.
We believe in
And
Gabriel.
how do we
believe
know?
in Gabriel.
And how do we know?
Yeah.
How do we know?
What makes this a demon?
How do we know? Because when you look at the story, which is not in the Quran,
But we're talking about
when
the
you
Quran.
story,
Revelations. We're not talking about
when you
stories. Forget the stories.
when you look at the story about Muhammad's encounter with an angel, which is not in the
We're
Quran,
talking about the
when
Revelations.
you hear a story
Revelations I'm talking
about
about.
the angel Gabriel's encounter with Muhammad, which is not in the Quran, what you discover is the following. You discover that the angel violently assaults Muhammad. That looks like demon possession in the New Testament, because demons violently assault their host. Secondly, Muhammad himself believed that he was possessed by a jinn, by a shaitan. That's what he believed. Your prophet believed that.
This is your belief.
And then,
Let me say
no, it's your hadiths. Your hadiths teach
We're
this.
talking about
And
Revelations.
then,
We're talking about- hold up.
and then, your prophet went to who? A pagan. A pagan woman.
It's a Christian woman.
A Jahiliya woman. A woman whose intellect is half that of a man.
Now you've been talking.
And
Hold up.
that woman went where? She went to her uncle, a so-called Christian. A Christian that had no access to the Gospels because they were lost. A Christian who didn't believe in God of Allah because he's a Christian, ladies and gentlemen.
So we're hold
So
up,
the
let me-
witness of a pagan woman with deficient intellect and a Christian heretic is the witness that founds your religion,
No, you're
because
babbling. Let me
that's
jump in
why
now. Let me
Muhammad
jump in.
believed.
You've been babbling. First of all, what I'm saying is that whatever came out of Muhammad's words was not from him, his own soul. It's from an angel. That's what my belief. You're saying he's a demon. Prove to me he's a demon first of all. If he's a demon, you have to prove to me that the Quran is demonic. That's what I think you have to prove. If you say he's a demon. Second point is, you still haven't given me the person that has made that statement of saying bow down to Jesus because God has commanded the angel to bow down to Jesus in Hebrew. You haven't given me the person who made that statement, a name, not Hebrews. Hebrews is a book, but a name is not coming from Angel Gabriel. You have to give me a name and I can go and research.
Can I reply?
Go on.
Right, firstly, brother, I'm not inviting you to something as deficient as Islam. We don't live by your silly made standards, because your Isnad standards are totally subjective and totally made up. Part of the reason that someone's reliable in Isnad is because they had good memory. How do you test that? You can't know. That they had good deeds. How do you test that. You can't know. It's completely made up. Imam Muslim,
Go back
Imam,
to my point.
I'm coming to it. Imam Muslim doesn't even prove that one person in the Isnad spoke to someone else in the Isnad. He just said that they lived in the same city. Well, we all live in the same city, and there's plenty of people that we haven't spoke to. So just because they live in the same city does not mean that two people in an Isnad chain actually spoke to one another. Secondly, in the Isnad chains, Muslims even today can't agree about who's reliable and who's not reliable in the Isnad chains.
What's the Isnad chain? You mean the chain from the Prophet down to...
It doesn't always go to the Prophet. Not all Isnad chains go to the Prophet. Some go to the companions and some go to the students.
But
So
what I'm saying-
the point, no. So my point is, you're demanding something of Hebrews which I think is flawed. An
because
Isnad
it's a
chain.
statement. Hold up.
No.
Forget about it. 'Cause
You made a claim.
You made a
You
massive
made a claim.
statement.
You made a
massive
claim.
statement.
So did you.
You said
So did you.
Jesus, God has
You
asked
said.
angels.
Did you say that this is from Allah?
I said yes.
So would this Quran say that all of it is from Allah?
Yeah, all of it.
Right.
It should be from Allah.
So in Surah 81, verse 19, listen, it says, "Verily, this is the word of a most honourable messenger." Oh wait, I thought it was all from Allah. But the Quran is testifying these are the words of a messenger. So is it the words of Allah or is it the words of a messenger?
It's the word
The
of Allah,
Quran
that's what we
says
believe.
both.
Is the word of Allah through the Gabriel.
So which words are Allah's words and which
It's
words
all
are the
from Allah,
messengers?
all from Allah.
Does
I
that
believe-
include
I believe-
when it says verily these are the words of a most honourable messenger?
Allah and the messenger.
Does that say messenger or Allah? What does he say?
It's messenger
Messenger. Is messenger Muhammad or Allah?
Muhammad.
So whose words are these? Muhammad's or Allah's according to the Quran?
Well, my belief
According
is,
to the Quran.
is all is from God.
According to Allah, whose words are these? Whose words according to Allah?
What?
Who's the messenger?
Muhammad. The Prophet Muhammad.
I'll hold it.
Let me read the context. What surah is this?
Surah 81.
Bob, can I go and get a hot drink?
No, thank you.
You sure?
However, I will be going for a hot drink about 5 o'clock
All right.
or when I've finished here. So if you want to come, you can grab a hot drink with me.
Which
Surah 81,
what's
Ayah 19.
I 19 81:19. So you see, in this it says, indeed this Quran is the word of Allah delivered by Gabriel, a noble messenger.
That's not what the Arabic says.
So hold up, we have to go back to the
That
context.
is not what
We
the
have to go back
Arabic
to the context.
says. I promise you,
That's what it
that
says.
is not what the Arabic
This
says.
is what it says here.
That is tasfiyah. That is not what the Arabic says. The Arabic uses the word messenger.
The messenger is talking about is Gabriel, not Muhammad. If you read the context,
Does it say,
read the context.
can you read the Arabic?
I can read the Arabic, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I can.
Are you really sure?
Yeah, I can, but yeah.
All right.
I prefer English. But anyway.
So where does it say the angel Gabriel in the Arabic?
If you look at
No,
the
where
context,
does it
go
say
to
the
context.
angel Gabriel?
You have to look at the context. Don't pick up a verse
So
without context.
notice it doesn't say the angel Gabriel
That's it.
in this passage. Okay, let's go back.
Read
Where
the
does
context.
Okay,
Read
where
the
do you want me to
context.
read from? Where do you want me
Look,
to read
what-
from?
look, you said
Let's
verse
read from verse 1.
Okay.
We're going to read. I'm sorry, this is going to be long. I will try to do it at 1.5 speed. Stop me when you hear angel.
Okay.
When the sun is folded up, when the stars fall losing their lustre, when the mountains vanish, when the she-camel 10 months with young are left untended, when the wild beasts are herded together, when the oceans boil over with a swell, when the souls are sorted out, when the female buried alive is questioned, for what crime she was killed, when the scrolls are laid open, when the world on high is unveiled, when the blazing fire is kindled to fierce heat, And when the garden is brought near, shall each soul know what is put forward? So verily I call the witness of the planets that recede, go straight or hide, and the night is dissipated, and the dawn it breathes away the darkness. Verily this is the word of a most honourable messenger. I have read the entire context. Where did it say the word angel once?
It did, and he did see that angel on the clear horizon, 81:23.
81:23.
Go, yeah.
Afterwards, okay. So, and then it goes on, 21. Endued with power, with rank before the Lord of thrones, with authority, they're faithful to his trust. And, O people, your companion is not one possessed. So he's speaking about Muhammad, not one possessed. And without doubt, he saw him in the clear horizon. Saw him. Saw who?
Angel.
That's not the word angel. Him is not angel. The word messenger is referring to Muhammad. It is not referring.
And he
Where?
did not see the
Where?
edge of the clear horizon, and he does not withhold what is revealed to him of the unseen. And this Quran is not the word of an outcast devil.
An
The mere
outcast
statement-
devil.
It's not. So
It's
you
not
said-
the word of
you
an
said it was a
outcast devil.
That just shows it was not
Right?
the devil.
No, it believe
You
no.
said it. You said it. No, you said it.
Yes, I do, and I believe it's true. I still believe that this is the word of a Satan.
No, but it says clearly.
I still believe this is the word of a
And the
Satan.
Quran is not
I know
a word
what
of
the
an
Quran's. I
outcast
accept
devil.
that's what it says.
That's what it says.
I know that's what it
I have
says.
to believe it's not from a devil.
I know
Because this is
what I know
says.
what it says. And here's the reason why you can believe it's from a devil. Does God lie?
God does not lie.
Right. Did Allah make everyone believe that Jesus Christ was crucified even though he wasn't crucified?
He made it look like it, yeah, but doesn't mean he's lying.
If you make something appear to be true that is not true, is another word to describe that lying. What's the definition of a lie?
Someone that doesn't tell, that someone doesn't.
No, that's a liar. I didn't ask the question, what's a liar? I asked, what's the definition of a lie?
Something that's untrue. I don't know, unfounded. Something that's.
Let me help you because you don't know.
Let's go. Oxford
Yeah, pull up the
Dictionary.
definition of a lie from the Oxford Dictionary.
Statement made by someone knowing that it's not true, often with the intent to deceive.
Right. So if Allah,
It's a statement we're talking
one
about.
second,
A statement.
one second. If Allah made it look like Christ was not crucified to make people believe Christ was not crucified, sorry, that he was, my apologies. If Allah made it look like that Christ was crucified to make people believe that he was crucified when he wasn't, is that a deception?
But what it says, post-Christianity, it says
No,
it was
answer
made
the question.
it was made to appear to look like he was crucified.
Why?
But it was to the people.
So he
It
made
was
them believe
It
it.
was made to appear that he was.
So he
but
made
it
them
was-
believe it.
It says he was not killed, not crucified.
Did he
but
make
it was
them believe
made-
it?
It was made to look like
Did
it.
he make them believe it?
Yes.
Allah didn't make.
Did they believe it because of what Allah made it look like?
They believed it because of what happened at the moment.
And who made it look that way?
Allah.
The people that were around.
No, Allah. Your Quran says Allah.
Crucify God.
You're trying.
Allah
You
never
know
tried to
that you're
crucify
Allah lied.
Jesus.
You know that you're Allah lied.
God never
You
tried to
know that you're Allah
crucify
lied.
Jesus.
Now let me ask you this question.
Ask it.
God
This
never-
is the
God
final
never-
question, a really serious
It's the
question.
people that crucified.
Really serious
Jesus, not
question.
God.
If you knew that someone was a liar, would you buy a car from them?
No,
If you knew that someone lied, would you entrust your soul to them?
no.
Then why are you still a Muslim?
Because I believe in the one true God. That's
Even
not
though
the
he
Muslim.
lied?
He didn't lie.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course I'm sure God.
Who made it look like Jesus was crucified?
Allah.
God, he was made to appear.
By who?
He was appear. He was
By
made to
who?
appear.
By
God.
Allah.
Right.
Maybe God, the
And
people.
did
but
people believe that Jesus was crucified because of what Allah made it look like?
Yes.
Jesus, people did believe
And was actually Jesus crucified?
he was not crucified.
So did Allah lie to the people?
Yes.
The people believed.
Why did they believe?
Allah
Because he
made
was
it.
made to appear like it.
Who?
But
By who?
everyone-
By who?
Allah.
But
And was that
the
was
one
that
true creator.
was that perception false?
It was false.
It was false.
Only God is a liar.
And what's the definition of a lie?
It's a statement made by someone that seems to deceive someone. But
That is false. The definition, read it again. Read the definition again from the dictionary. Read it from the dictionary again.
so
Read it. Read it again.
That's a lie.
Allah is a
a
liar.
statement made by someone knowing that's not true, often with the intent to deceive. A statement.
There you go. So the people believed a lie because Allah made it look that way. Now, if you wouldn't buy a car off a liar, why would you entrust your soul to a liar? And with that, I say good day,
I
sir.
trust my soul to my own.
That's a shoddy salesman, bro.
All my-
That's a shoddy salesman.
But you still have.
Look, no hard feelings.
No.
Have a read of that. Come
Have
and
a
talk
good
to us
day,
again. God bless.
Have a good
You
day.
look after yourself.
Pray for your family.